This is the Teddi Tuesday Podcast Show.
It's Teddi Tuesday, Teddi Tuesday, 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 Teddi Tuesday, Tuesday, Teddi Tuesday, 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 Teddi Tuesday Podcast Show. Teddi Tuesday, Teddi Tuesday, 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 Teddi Tuesday, Tuesday, Teddi Tuesday, 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 Teddi Tuesday Podcast Show.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's DJ Teddi, and I want to welcome you to Teddi Tuesday Podcast Show. We're the only podcast that do it like this. So welcome to the livest, the dopest, the freshest podcast around. And make sure you follow us on Instagram at Teddi Tuesday Pod, Twitter at Teddi Tuesday Pod, and keep it locked for sports, community, and business. I'll see you there.
Mic check 1 2. Welcome to the show. This is Teddi Tuesday Podcast Show. Y'all make some noise. That was kind of dry, but it's all good. Welcome. We had to start off the day. This Tuesday was very interesting, but let's just say we was on fire in so many ways. But it's all good. If you weren't here, you couldn't see all the festivities. But we definitely was live and on fire today. A couple of things today before we get started. The Sugarland Steelers are in the playoffs. The Houston Astros are also in the playoffs. And the Houston Texans are practicing with the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if you saw it on Instagram, but they were actually riding a bike. And to see J.J. Watt riding a little bitty bike, it looked uncomfortable.
And breaking it.
And yeah, picked it up and just started walking. So, matter of fact, a lot of the other players rode bikes. It's like a tradition from where they're from to do that. So that's pretty cool. So they're actually getting ready for the season, doing some practices. And I must say, they did cut Deontay Foreman. He used to play for the University of Texas. He's a running back. But guess who picked him up? The Colts. The Colts picked him up. Matter of fact, yesterday he was already on his way there to learn the new plays, all that good stuff. So I wish him good luck. After 3 days of practice, they cut him, but that's the nature of the business in the NFL and NBA. So it happens all the time. We just don't hear it. But we have a special guest on the in the building with all the fire and all the activities going on. And he got his little stand over here, so he's loud over here. That's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. I like that. Where did you get this from?
My daughter.
That's all you got to do is talk to your kids. If you need something new, just talk to your kids. They got you. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to our people. Let them know who you are.
Good deal. My name is McGill. I'm a private wealth advisor and NFLPA registered player financial advisor.
Well, that's a long title.
I have to practice it a lot.
How many times did you have to practice that? I'm just saying.
About 45.
Okay, that's a lot. You know, hey, I just work for the NFL, but to say all that's a lot. So I brought you on the show today because you know what? You do something that I think is very unique, that sometimes gets overlooked quite often. So, but before we get into that, this is technically your first interview on the show.
Yes.
So we got a couple first-time questions for you. And he got a nice polo. You know, the heat is real, but he got this nice silk polo over here. You got to be in a financial department to get this type of polo over here.
Right.
Anyway, what was your first job?
First job, technically, my brother hired me to actually rake up grass for his job that he did.
How much did you get paid?
25 cents. And I learned that I will not work for another person again after that day.
You got paid, is it 25 cents an hour? Or?
No. I remember after I was like 8 years old and he gave me a quarter, said thank you. It was about an acre worth of grass that I had to break up. I was done after that.
He did you real wrong for 25 cents, brother.
Yeah, I decided to be a business owner at that point, right then and there.
You should. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Lark Voorhees from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, wow. Y'all remember Saved by the Bell?
And here's the interesting thing. I almost met her. So my dad was an executive with NBC, and when I went to go visit.
Wait, stop.
My bad.
Stop. You said your dad was an executive.
Yes.
Why were you picking up grass for 25 cents and your dad?
It's called hard work. You gotta learn.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to follow along with the story here.
But he was out in Burbank Studios, and they taped Saved by the Bell nearby. I was 15, 16 years old. I'm like, hey. let me go by and, meet Lark Boys. And
Wow.
it never actually happened though, but I did try.
That's a pretty interesting life. Your dad was an executive. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
What was your first cell phone?
Nokia. Not the flip phone, the actual. Brick. Yeah.
Oh.
It was the cheapest. I'm also cheap, so.
Everybody had Nokia. Don't let them fool you.
Right.
What was your first car?
First car, it's the one that I bought myself or the one I
The very first. It got to be the first.
All right. The very first car I drove was a Honda Accord. I shared it with my sister.
Hey, everybody got to listen. Some of us still sharing. Don't be ashamed.
It's all right. But the first car I bought, I was probably 25 years old. Was that SC300 Lexus for $7,000.
He had to throw that in.
It was $7,000. My car payment was $125 a month. Good purchase.
It wasn't okay. Did you get your degree in finance?
Actually, I got my degree in business management from university. Yeah.
So you've been doing the money management thing for a long time.
20 years.
Okay, so next question.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you spend, Mr. Finance, on your very first date?
Free.
Yeah, the people with the money don't be spending nothing.
Listen.
How did you do that?
I was very smart, and I looked in the newspaper and looked for the free events, and there was a play going on at the with the Miller Outdoor Theater.
Boy.
Right. Little Shop of Horrors. I never forgot. Mm-hmm. I was 15, couldn't drive. She could though.
Boy, free.
Free. Yeah.
Man, that's smart.
Yeah. What's happening?
Looked in the newspapers. Next time, I'm gonna look. I don't have to go on the newspaper now. You can just probably go on Instagram. Looks free in Sugarland.
Right.
They showing her movies. That's pretty dope.
Yep.
That's
My
actually.
kids now. That's where you do it.
Is that the same person that you end up marrying or no?
No.
Now you gotta spend some money, don't you?
Yeah, that first day was a little bit different.
Wow. At least you honest.
Right.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. Wow. I'm really gonna start looking and seeing what's free.
Yes. Yeah.
Literally. Let's go on a date. I'm gonna ride with you.
Right.
Okay, that's a good idea. So, real quick, let's break this down real quick because a lot of people don't know, and I had to do my research a little bit more too. So, for those who don't know, what is NFLPA? What does that stand for?
So the NFLPA is the National Football League's Players Association. So the players have their own association, their own union to help with their interests against the owners to make sure that they set up a collective bargaining agreement, make sure to take care of a player's interests. When something goes wrong, someone gets suspended, that's the NFLPA will help step in.
Basically, is their union, and every player is this right?
Right, exactly. Every player joins the union as soon as they become an NFL player, and they're the ones that take care of them.
Okay.
Yes. The NFL Players Association, they also came up with the financial advisor side, right?
That's your side.
That's my side.
That's no one talk about.
Right.
That's your side. Now, the NBA, they have something similar to that too, right?
They don't actually. They haven't come. NFL is the only one that actually has this program. So,
really?
Yeah. Other places for some reason they haven't started that program yet.
Okay.
The players are the ones that actually asked for this program.
Okay.
You guys, the financial advisors, some people got taken advantage of. They wanted a place where they could go and at least have advisors vetted, right? And there's a lot of criteria you even need to do before you become NFLPA registered player financial advisor.
I was just about to ask you, brother. Okay.
It's
a lot.
Yeah.
You had to take special classes, a certificate. What did you have to do to get that particular role?
So for the NFLPA, you have to be at least in the business for 8 years as financial services industry. Clean compliance record. So they look at anything to deal with fraud or civil, criminal. You can't get in. On top of that, they do all that checking. And then they also look at you have to be a CFP or a CFA. And a CFP is a certified financial planner, which I also happen to be. I did that course at Rice University. I've been that for 3 years. But along with all of that, they do a very, very extensive background check. 6 months it took for the background check.
For a background check?
Yeah. I started getting nervous. I was like, man, something going on.
If you want to take 6 months for a background check, that salary got to be just off the chain.
Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, they do all that to make sure that, again, the advisors in the program are someone that players can trust. And they go a step further. So if an agent is going to refer a financial advisor, they have to be in that program.
Okay.
That's what it is too. So yeah.
Okay. So real quick, you talked about the agent. Does the agent seek you out or the actual player? Or both?
Depends.
Okay.
Right? I've never actually had a player just reach out to me and say, hey, I saw you on the list. Can you be my advisor?
It's a list.
Yeah, there's a list. There's a website you go to, and there's literally about 150 NFLPA registered player financial advisors in the country. Now, considering there are actually 355,000 personal financial advisors in the country, it's a very, very small number when we look at that.
Okay.
But a lot of times it's really through relationships and referrals. People that I've known before. I'm now starting to get to that age where my friends' kids are old enough to start going to college and be in the league, and so.
I saw a picture when you were with Chris Paul.
Yes.
Have you ever worked with him before?
So as a financial advisor, we cannot disclose who people are clients.
Oh, got you. Oh, that's fine. But I saw you shake his hand.
I did shake his hand. So
I did.
But I met him not that long ago before we went out here. But yeah.
Cool. So this is kind of cool. You were mentioned. You were in Forbes magazine, actually, which is very, very congratulations to you on that. That's real big to be in Forbes for the 5-star wealth manager. Right. So this means that you're one of the top, or that you met some type of criteria, or what?
Yeah, you met some type of criteria. So the 5-star wealth manager is an award that's given out. I
saw that big plaque. I saw that. You could have brought that up.
It's double wide now. But what they do is they go through different criteria. You can't nominate yourself. You need to be nominated by someone else in the industry. Same type of thing with the NFLPA, where you have to have clean compliance record, and they take a look at your client retention and all those different types of things. And so they announce it in Forbes, and they also announce it in the Wall Street Journal. So,
wow.
So yes, I was I would have to say I did go out and buy about 15 different magazines, of course.
And they framed them all. All in the hall.
My friends and family.
Okay. I'm saying that's pretty dope. What is the most challenging thing for you in your career? I guess with finances, it's one of those things it's just one of those things you either do or you don't do. So is there really something really challenging about it?
Yeah, most definitely. A lot of times what it ends up being is getting people to listen, right? So it's two sides. It's getting people to listen when you are trying to just get them in for a meeting, right? Just hey, sit down with me, no cost, let me just explain what I do and how I work as an advisor. But then actually when you become an advisor, getting clients to listen to you to not do certain things, right? Especially players. So with players, you're looking at 3.2 years. That's the average time an NFL player is in the league.
It's 3.2
years. So it is not a very long time. On top of that, when you look at an NFL roster, it's not full of a bunch of millionaires. That's the misconception.
Yeah. So, I'm misconception because I thought it was full of them.
No. So if you look at a list in a 53-man roster, right? So 53 players are on an NFL team. Mm-hmm. Of that 53, there's probably about 17. I just looked at it for the Texans this last year that make over $1 billion a year.
Really?
Only 17 of them. Now, after taxes, which takes about half your money, and agent fees.
Taxes really take half.
So it depends on where you play. But Texas is a great place because you don't have state income tax.
Oh, yeah.
But you play out in California, you're talking about 37% taxes, 13% state income taxes, agent fees, dues, all those things come into play. Child support, all your money.
On the side. Okay,
money disappears really quickly.
I bet it does.
So
strip club.
You know what? Here's what they always say. The misconception with a lot of players is that they spend a lot of money.
Yes, they do.
A lot of them, what I've seen from my experience, they really don't go really crazy. Again, it's just after if you're making $500,000, let's say, that's a lot of money.
And real quick, I've heard that they only get paid during the season, so that's number one. So during the off season, they don't get paid, and they get paid every week afterwards, right?
Right. So 17 weeks. So there's 16 games, but they get paid during the bye week. So you have 17 weeks that you get paid, and then after the season is over with, you don't get paid again until the season starts again.
Till the season starts, until practice starts.
Well, so here's the thing. The practice is like maybe 1,100 hours for rookies and 2,000 at most for vets a week. They don't get paid a lot during preseason and all those things. And that's the misconception. Again, people think that, okay, you're out here balling and making all this money, listen, if I get tickets for you, I gotta pay the taxes on those tickets. So 20 people want to come see you, and tickets are $400. They may have to come out of pocket $200 for that.
Wow.
They have to pay the taxes on it, right? So it's like, you know,
And then get that check full, they have to go to someone to do their taxes, right?
Yeah,
That's what I was told.
yeah, most definitely. And they're not business owners. They are what we call W-2 employees, meaning deductions they can't necessarily do. Tax laws change, guess what? They can't deduct agent fees anymore, they can't deduct working out, off-season stuff, all that stuff starts disappearing. So
You can't deduct the agents,
So as an
because agents get a percentage.
most definitely, they get a percentage, but as an NFL player and a W-2 employee, what it was before, what we call unreimbursed business expenses. Those went away under the new tax law.
Wow.
So not only that, but if you live in a state that pays high state income taxes, you're capped at $10,000. So if you pay $300,000 in state income taxes, you can only deduct $10,000 of it. So again,
Goodness
it's a lot more money.
gracious.
So again, but the players, again, it's a wonderful thing, don't get me wrong, make a lot of money, but by the time it's all said and done, and their money's in their bank account, it's not as much as they expected, and then family comes and calling, friends need this,
That's right.
so it starts racking up. That's the problem.
That's very interesting. Okay, so where do you see the most with players? To me, it looks like on the outside.
Right.
When they get their checks. Now, here's a question. When they sign a rookie or when they give a trade, like Odell went to Cleveland, right?
Right.
But he's a top player.
Right.
They make sure that they maneuver them into a house and all that. They take care of that, or do the players have to take care of that?
A lot of times the players take care of that themselves.
So they have to find a realtor and all and just relocate like that.
Yeah, I had a player that got traded, and literally, the day after training, day before training camp ends, and now he has to move, find a new place, pay for the other place because he had a contract signed.
So it's money lost.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Oh my God.
Most definitely. And think about it, if you get traded to 3 different teams, that's 3 different places that you gotta get moved to. Yeah.
Wow.
Or you're on the team and you're on the team, everything's great, and then you go to the practice squad and your income gets cut by a fourth. I mean, it's a rough business. It's a rough business.
How many players do you see go broke quickly?
So the statistics are.
Let me hear it.
The statistics are 78% of players within 2 years of finishing the NFL are either
You said how
bankrupt.
much?
78% are either filing for bankruptcy
Wow.
or facing financial difficulties. Now, I have to preface that with, if you had a job and you lost all your income, are you going to be okay if you bought a house based on that income and you had cars on that income? And we're not talking about extravagant cars. You're just, I've seen people just living on 25% of their income, but it disappears and makes it very difficult. That's the problem. Remember, 3.2 years, so that means half of them are before 3.2 and half are after 3.2.
What about the ones that get 3-4 year deals for like $30-40 million? Those, like J.J. Watt had a nice contract. There's others out there that have nice contracts. I know he see his money.
Yeah, well, most definitely. But again, remember, you have 17 players on a 53-man roster that make over $1 million a year.
Right.
That, the thing is, that's all you hear about are the players with the big dollars, right? You go watch, Sports Center, NFL, you're only seeing the big players, the top 100 players. You don't really talk about everybody else, right? So, of course, that's all you see. That's what you think. But it's not as easy in the NFL.
And then for Super Bowl, when they're in the playoffs, they get paid more.
They do. So they get paid for a playoff game, it's a little bit more, and then paid for Super Bowl. But remember, if you're a top player and you make $1 million per game, and you're going to go play in a playoff game, and now it's $40,000, thank you.
Wow.
So it just depends on the situation. It really, really does.
What is your goals for you for the next 5 and what you're doing for the next 5 years?
Most of my goals actually don't revolve around my job, it revolves around my family. Right?
Okay, that's
so 5 years from now, I plan to be around more for my kids because I travel a lot in the business and meeting people, seeing players. I'm right at that point where it's like, my kids are like, you leave it again, when you coming back home. So in 5 years, I plan to be home more, have a smaller practice. You
have to travel to meet with these athletes, or you just traveling?
A lot of times, I mean, when you're meeting someone for the first time, and sometimes it's difficult to do it online. I've been able to do it before if it's some inherent trust in there. They were referred by another player. We have a common friend involved. But if it's somebody I've never met before, sometimes going out to see them is the only way to get signed up.
Do you try to? I know you can't talk about details, but do you try to push on athletes' savings?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Because I know sometimes for those who never had and they get, it's kind of hard. It depends if they got children or whatever the case may be going on. So you do try to push them to save or invest or both?
So for me, the first year, well, here's the thing. Most of my players I treat like a 60-year-old man, right? Wow. I don't know if you're going to be retired in 2 years or 10 years, right?
But if you get hurt,
you get hurt and then change. So I mean, what we want to do is we need to figure out over the next couple of years, we need to be a lot more conservative with our money, right? I don't need you investing in some casino or investing in some big business that takes 100% of your money. And you could make a lot of money, but what if it goes wrong? So a lot of times I keep players really in cash for the first year. It's not sexy, it's not exciting, but I don't know when you're going to need the money. And if you need it in 2 weeks or 3 months, I need to be there in case the market goes down. I don't want to sell it. So guess what? It needs to be in cash until they save. So I'm trying to get players to save at least 50% of their check.
Wow.
That is my goal.
50%.
Right? 50%. Well, 50% of their after-tax money, right?
Okay.
That's the goal. And then again, keep doing that every year. And the other issue is the NFLPA is talking about a lot right now, a lockout or a work stoppage possibly in 2021. So the last season is going to be 2020, and the collective bargaining agreement that was set up before is going to end. So 2021 is up in the air, and if there is no collective bargaining agreement set up, there is no football and there is no money.
Wait, you said no football.
No football.
If there's no agreement, then.
Exactly.
Well, the NFL is broke. I'm confused. I'm confused.
I mean, as a business owner, they want to make as much money as possible. As players, they want to make as much money as possible.
So they don't come to an agreement together.
That's what they have to do, but each side, wants different things.
Wow.
And it's a negotiation, and they have to work through that negotiation. And the problem is if there's not an opportunity to happen before it expires, football does not happen. No one gets paid. And players don't get paid. So the thing is, for the NFLPA, they're saying, hey, if we have the ability for our players to save and have money set aside on the side,
just in case this happens,
then it gives us more leverage and power to say, you know what, we can do a work stoppage or for a longer period of time. So that's really what it boils down to. So yeah.
You can use it. You don't have to play sports to say save, happy, check. You can do any job.
Yes, but it's not an easy thing in America, right? I mean, think of it this way too, because a lot of times if a player leaves the NFL, they're making $500,000, $1 million, whatever the case may be. Oh, you know what? I can just go get a job paying $150,000, I'll be okay. Listen, if you make over $100,000 in America, you're in the top 10% of wage earners in America. If you make, as an individual, over $100,000, you're in the top 10%.
Well, I'm far behind. I'm just like the lower end.
Right. We don't make a lot of money in the country, so it's very difficult to go find yourself another job that pays you anywhere close to what you were making before.
Give you full-time business.
Most definitely. So again, with a regular person, if you're trying to save 50%, yes. I try to get my clients or my traditional clients to do that, yes. The probability of that happening is very low because it's expensive to live in this country.
Wow. So let me ask you this: do you watch NBA?
You know what? Actually, I don't watch sports at all. To be 100% transparent. I'm keeping it real.
You don't wait. You don't watch sports, but you get paid off the athletes. Now that's smart.
Here's the thing. So I played 12 years of soccer. If I wasn't professionally, if I personally wasn't involved in the game, I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to watch it.
Okay, so I'll take this from a business point of view. Mm-hmm. What do you think about people like LeBron? His good investments, his good.
Oh no,
I know his paycheck. I know the NBA might be a little bit different. I believe in pay. They pay a little bit more.
They get paid more, and their contracts are guaranteed.
Okay,
guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed. So that's a big difference.
Okay, that is a big deal. So LeBron James, I'm just pointing him out, and Michael Jordan did a great job, I think. But I think LeBron took it to the level with the executive producing, with movies, with more things. So what do you think financially? He's made some great decisions?
So yeah, most definitely. So the thing with any athlete, you have an ability to have and get anybody's ear as an athlete.
Yes, you do.
You can get in front of a CEO of any company and have a conversation as a professional athlete.
Mm-hmm.
When you stop being a professional athlete, those chances go away. So you really need to take advantage of those opportunities while you're there. So people like LeBron, becoming $1 billion athlete while they're still playing is a huge opportunity, and that's what I try to preach to all my athletes. Like, I know you want to focus on your sport right now because if you take your mind off of it, it gets a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
But you only have a certain amount of time to make this thing work. And so for me, so getting in this business, the reason why I became a financial advisor for athletes is, first of all, I saw 30 for 30 grow, right?
I did see. Everybody see that?
That was a very powerful documentary. So for me, it was like, players get taken advantage of, and having people that, may not understand where they're coming from, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've mentored, most definitely, I've mentored for 14 years. So a passion of mine is mentorship and financial literacy. I put those two things together.
Well, you need to work with Teddi Tuesday. We are not an athletic team. As you can see, we're all in shape. Everybody with Teddi Tuesday shirt got a six-pack. I'm just saying, we running every day. Look at Yams. Y'all see his beard. His beard even in shape.
That beard game. I like it.
You know what I'm saying? I see it.
Yeah, but the thing is getting people to do things that are going to be in their best interest and helping and understanding. Look, I'm from Third Ward, Houston, Texas, right? I'm from Jack Yates High School, Hampton University.
We know about the Yates.
You know what I'm saying? But my whole point is that I understand a lot of times where these players come from. Either from the poverty-stricken place, or from hey, my dad was an executive, or my dad played in the league, mm-hmm. I had a bunch of money. Yeah. I have the ability to kind of take both of those worlds and put them together to make sure that they understand how to make their lives better in the future, 40, 50 years down the road.
That's pretty powerful. Finances is very important. Because we do see a lot of people go broke. In the NBA, NFL, and I mean, they make money. Yeah. I mean, just give me $1.
But remember, right? So you're looking at 78% of players on bankruptcy. That means 22% of them are fine, right?
70 to 80.
78% file bankruptcy or in financial distress within 2 years after leaving the NFL.
Wow.
That's the statistic. But think about that. 22% of them are okay. Remember that number earlier. 17 out of 53 are actually millionaires. That means 26% of players make over $1 million a year. 26 and 22. The correlation is there.
Wow.
A lot of players don't make a lot of money. That's what it boils down to.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I can talk about this because financing and your business decisions are so important no matter what field you're in. So, what brings you on the show today? Why did you decide? Actually, you was on another show a couple weeks ago.
I was a radio show. Yeah, my friend from Yates called me up and had an opportunity. I was able to do that. This is my first podcast, though. So,
okay, we always the first. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look at him. You tell you the
But I'm in Fort Bend, so I live out here in Fort Bend.
We're in Fort Bend too.
Fort Bend, podcast. So I love supporting and giving back and making sure your name gets out there too, because what you guys do is very powerful and important.
Thank you. Yeah. Did you say it on the other show?
I would have, but
you can't be repeating something you said on another show on this show. It's not gonna work like that.
But I did not. I did not say that. I did not.
Because I'm gonna go check the video. I'm just saying.
Check the log.
Check the log. Okay, cool. Then we good. But I appreciate you coming to the show. I think it's very interesting to hear the financial side, because we only see. But I want to say this though, it is better to get. I've heard, and I do my little investigation. I do work for sports teams. I will say this, I do get paid the same format as they get paid to do my taxes as well. I get paid the same format. However,
W2, yes.
Yes. However, mine is under my LLC.
Right.
C.
Right, which is a big difference.
It is a big difference. I did that before I did the
deductions.
contract.
Right.
See, I was smart.
Right.
But I'm just saying it is important to invest and save. Now, I don't have the type of salary they guys are saying, but $1 a day will make the pain go away.
Exactly.
That's the format. I'm just
Here's a
saying.
bit of advice. Put life on automatic. Save automatically. Have money going in. I don't care if it's $50.
Does quarter, nickels, and dimes count?
They all add up.
Okay.
They all add up.
Gotta draw by the
And
bed.
the thing is start saving and then increase it. Increase it by 1%. Increase it by 2% every year. Get yourself to a comfortable position, but save automatically. Listen, we are Americans. We live on what's left. That's what we do.
That's
If we're able to take money out of your bank account, put it somewhere else in savings, the chances of it staying and growing increase dramatically because it's not in that bank account.
Wow, that's true.
That's the difference.
Well, I appreciate. You got something that envelope?
No, you know what? So I
thought you got to pass out homework or something like that.
This is just in case I forgot some things. I had, my bio, I had all those extra, my credentials behind my name. There's a bunch of them. Just in case I forgot
You
one.
have a lot. And congratulations on your success, especially being from third. I knew you was from third ward. You did tell me you went to Yates,
Yep.
so the 2 and 2 they put together when you told me. But congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
We do appreciate you coming out to the show. Hoping this won't be the last time.
No,
This
let me
was
know.
interesting.
Yeah,
This
let me
is
go.
very, very interesting.
And I'm going into basketball and baseball next, so I'll have even more information.
Wow.
So yeah,
Baseball is
breakdown this year.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Baseball money is stupid.
Yeah. But it's a little bit longer too. 'Cause you gotta go through the minor leagues, and that may be 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Not making a lot, so it's a little bit of difference too. But yeah.
Well, congratulations to
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for coming to the show. And you gotta make sure you see the recap. Courtney gonna look it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming to that. This was interesting.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear more on another day. But definitely appreciate you coming to the show, and we're gonna definitely take a group picture like we normally do.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all make some noise and show some love for the man of the hour with the power. Now give me a dollar. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming out to the show.